Welcome back to
Supercoach.
I'm Jordy and I'm here with Matty.
And I'm Matty, I'm here with Jordy. Jordy, did you know, Tommy, he played for 4 clubs and he's not played a full season one time?
I'm sure I probably would have mentioned that stat in our ruck thing, but...
Did you? Oh, I wasn't listening. I was too busy waiting for that McInerney stat.
Guys, if you haven't seen our ruck video, we just released it recently. Covers every single relevant ruckman.
That was a grueler. That video
But it's
was
got packed full of information. If you want somewhere to go with ruck clarity, go there. If you're new here, like and subscribe to us because we have a cash league for our subscribers and Facebook followers.
That being said, that 1 hour, it was about a 1 hour grueler.
It was so good. I loved it. I remember rewatching it. I'm like, this is some good shit.
Yeah, no, it was.
Every time I'm unsure about my rucks, I would rewatch that video.
I think I've chosen my ruck based on that video, so I've surprised myself.
But today, we're going to be ranking the defenders in Supercoach. We think at the end of the 2023 is going to be ranked the highest. We'll do the top 12. So we've done one previously, but there's been a ton more research done lots more match sims and everything watched. So the list is a bit changed. So keep that in mind. For the guys on Spotify, we'll be reading them out to you and we'll put a nice...
Are we going bottom top from 12 to 1 or 1 to 12?
We can do 12 to 1 or... we'll do 12 to 1. So obviously the defenders is somewhere where people come to cut them back, but we want to make sure if we are spending money in the back line, we're going to be getting some value. Also, the Supercoach ring. Now, these Supercoach rings, guys, they'll have a look. I'll put it on the screen for you.
There's so many. There's gem. What are they? There's diamonds in them, and then what's the?
It's just the ultimate bragging rights to be popular.
So
if I'd wear it every podcast if I want it. Anyway, guys, the league code for that's in another video, so check the description of that. Let's get into these defenders, Matty. So, 12 of your best defenders. Who do you have at number 12?
Rich was number 10. He's gone down to number 12 now, I think. So Daniel Rich has dropped down a bit. Haven't heard much, but I still think he's got that big kick that we all want. I know Rayner's now playing in the back line, so could be stealing some kicking duties, and who knows? But Rich is dying down a lot, and so he should be. He is getting on in age, and that's my number 12 out of... George, who's yours number 12?
I got Caleb Daniel. So Caleb Daniel wasn't really relevant last time we done this video, but now because I'm watching the intra-club matches, I'm seeing him pick up a lot of midfield minutes. And look, if he's going to be playing as a 70, 80 CBAs and 20 in the back line, I think he'll be a relevant pick. And number 12, Matty.
Number 12, George.
So 11 for you.
George, number 11 for me is that good old Redmond.
Oh, really?
Redmond. So he's made it in. Based on my mail from Essendon, Ball reports that Ridley and Redmond are doing some things. Doing very good things.
Very good things, champ. You're doing some
the words are there, you just put it together, you know what I'm talking about.
Number 11 for me, sliding down a bit, is Adam Sard. So
Mr.
I think I had him around 8th or 7th last one. He's gone down only because I see so much more potential coming up. So Sard is now at number 11. Right. And it's worth noting that Mason Redmond didn't make my top 12. And he was higher.
So Caleb clearly came in that one. All right. My number 10, Jules, is that good old Jordy Ridley, just above that good old Redmond. I think his role will be loosened up to do what he needs to be done. Just based on that mail, I just think that the Bombers are looking strong, looking fit. There's a lot of confidence out there.
We'd like a nice loose Ridley. Now,
we love a nice loose Ridley.
Number 10, sliding some more positions, is Brayshaw. So I had him up a whole lot higher, but he's actually gone down a bit. I've watched a lot of the Demons intra-club match. He has not been that many centre bounce. So I think they want him back home because Salem's going to be out, who knows, a week or two. So they just want his...
no space on the wing for him, I don't think. Now with Langdon and who else did they pick up?
They picked up Hunter.
Hunter, that's it.
But Hunter's even getting some CBAs. But I think Brayshaw will still be a good pick, but he's gone down to 10. Matty Zeeves.
Who's mine? Number 9 is B. Dale. See, B. Dale, I still think, now that Caleb Daniel clearly is going to go to the midfield.
Who's your number 9?
Number 9, yeah.
He's my number 9 too.
Is he really? There you go. Are we explaining the same thing? He's going to get more kick-ins?
Well, he's gone up for me because
he was there before,
he wasn't going to be getting the kick-ins with Caleb Daniel and Treloar and all that back there. But now if Caleb's spending more time in the midfield, it's going to leave that...
He does find the footy that bad.
It is, I like those points he does from the kick-outs. And I think if he gets more of a monopoly on that, which I think he will now that the other guys are leaving...
Oh, he could be soaring up to number 5, top 5 maybe.
He's 9 though, so you go for your number 8.
My number 8 is your number 10, which is Sard.
Oh, okay.
So Sard, I think I think that Doherty playing in the midfield, I think Sard might be doing some kick-ins. If not, being that, you know, run off the half back, which he's done pretty well. Like Saad's already so expensive as it is. He was 7th highest average defender last year at 103 average, 21 games respectively. So I think, yeah, being 7th last year, maybe one spot down for me, which is in 8th.
Yep.
George, who's your number 8?
I got Ridley. Now, we love a nice loose Ridley. And I think he's going to be very loose. And I think he might be given the kick-ins. I think it's just really one to watch, though, because if he goes back to his previous role, we know that he was capable of pumping out early 130s, 140s early in the season. If he goes back to his kick-outs, then free to do intercept marks, he could be really absolutely one to watch. And number 8, Ridley.
My number 7, George, is that Andrew Brayshaw Angus Brayshaw from Melbourne. I think I had him in there. I think he's gonna, still do what he does. He loves getting the balls. As long as he's wearing that helmet, he'll go in hard. But he's my number 7, George.
7 for me. Hayden Young.
Hayden Young.
Now,
geez.
I didn't have Hayden Young very high.
I didn't even think about Hayden Young, but anyway.
But he wasn't very high because I think Luke Ryan's still around, and I think Luke Ryan's getting majority kickouts. But I watched an inter-club match where they were both on the same team, and Young was still doing the kickouts. So that was a big tick in my book. So he's gone shooting up to number 7. If he can get the kickouts, he's a beautiful kick. And as we mentioned in, I think, one of the previous videos, he's only had 1 full year. So he's only played over 20 games once. He's been in the system in about 3 years. So.
3 years now. Okay, that's a good one from Hayden Young. I missed him, but oh well. I wouldn't put him in the top 10, maybe over Rich. But anyway, back to number 6 for me.
This is where it heats up.
This is Dawson. Dawson is my number 6. I think he's safely placed there, considering the next 5 that I'm going to mention. George?
I have Sicily because I heard from Josh Weddle that Sicily is going to be used more flexibly this year. He's going to be used maybe a bit in the midfield, maybe a bit forward, just to pinch hit wherever they need him. Sicily as a midfielder, I don't like as much as Sicily as a defender, and Sicily a forward. Mr. Fix-It, I don't want that for Sicily, especially 600 and something K. So he's at number 6. So I got 5 guys ahead of him, but still makes.
Well, he's my number 5 for the same reasons. I just don't think Dawson, because obviously Dawson will be above my Sicily on your account. I just think he's he only played really 1 good year. He wasn't the best at Sydney, but he obviously came into Adelaide and they put him on the wing, they put him in the back. They did everything. He was kicking goals. I just don't think that he can replicate. I think that's his ceiling, but that's my opinion. But Sicily, same reasons what Jordy said. I still think he is the big general down back as a captain. He's going to be barking orders more than ever.
Woof woof.
Woof woof, but he's a hawk, so don't get confused. He's not a dog. But yeah, Sicily is my number 5. George?
I have Doherty as my number 5 from defence and midfield. I think they've done a recent interview with Doherty where he said that he's not guaranteed to be played midfield. He's just been used there to be versatile in case they need to go back and forth with him. Don't mind him as a player. I don't know if he can replicate last year, but I still have him firmly in the top 5.
So my number 4, George, Sinclair. And Sinclair, he slid down. He was my number 2 about a month or so ago. But Sinclair, we haven't really heard much of him, and I think he's only sliding down based on the fact that we still haven't seen the big roster bosses game plan as far as who's playing, who's the starting 6, what's everyone's role now that they've got so much recruits back in, Caulfield, Sinclair, Hunter Clark, and how he plays defensively. If anything, it should say the same, if not less, of the ball. But who knows? That's something that I'm really looking forward to, is watching this week's preseason game with St Kilda. Ooh, yeah. Maybe that might sway the way it is, but we don't know that Jack Sinclair is a top talent and should be a top 4. He should be in your team at the end of the year, definitely. But he's my number 4. George, another number 4.
Dawson. I got Dawson there because, he had a tremendous season, so good that they made him captain. And I think when you're captain, the boys are going to look for you more. If you're captain, I like it. They're going to look for you more, just like they will with Sis. I think they're going to look for Dawson more, and I think he'll
be demanding more.
I reckon he'll crease on his. I think he was top 5 last year. He was top 4 now, with the potential to go top 3. I think he's very dangerous with his kick, and the boys are going to look to him in all opportunities. Dawson will be a good pick this year, guys.
Fair enough. My top 3, my third, number 3, our boy Nicky Dacos.
I got Dacos number 3 too.
Boy. Just the way that do you see that? Do you see?
So if I can get some vision, I'll put it up for you guys now. It's Taylor Adams, Tom Mitchell, and Taylor Adams.
Dacos. Tom Mitchell. Are you talking about the goal that he just...
No, it was Pendlebury,
Right.
Dacos, and Taylor Adams on the same team versus Tom Mitchell, Lipinski, and DeGoey in the ruck. And so this is the vision here. I'll put it up. Hopefully I can find it. And look at that. Dacos kicking an absolute beauty against three really good midfielders. He's looking great. He's looking like one of the Collingwood's best midfielders. He wasn't that low. I think it was fourth or something last time, but he went up because now they're trying him in the midfield. So
no, I love it. Dacos is our boy. I think he was fourth last time for both of us, last video. But no, Nick Dacos, all reports, he's put up kilos of muscle, and you saw that beautiful goal. If Jordy can get that video, if not, just look at it. He just kicked it from 55 meters with no.
I'll get the video.
Oh, you better get the video. But that's our boy Nick Dacos, and we love him.
Number 2 for me, and not... Right, no, 2? Yeah, no, you go for 2.
Number 2 for me is good old Sam Doherty. Sam Doherty, I just love him. I think he is going to, if not replicate last year, which even if he does, I think it's a top 2, top 3 spot in averaging 109 in 22 games. Yeah, just what he does. I'm just always impressed by him. I think he was my number 4. No, maybe number 3. I think he was still number 3 for me.
I think it was pretty high up there for you.
Yeah, he was pretty high up there for me. I had him definitely before. I think it was my number 3, the last one. But no, I still love Doherty. So spoiler alert, he's in my team. I like him, and I think he's going to do really well. And relish from the fact that Walsh isn't going to be there, but still do those kick-ins and do those halfback things that he's been doing for nearly a decade.
All right. Number 2, Sinclair, and quite firmly Sinclair. I think whether he's in the defence or the midfield, he's an absolute gun jet, ball extractor, good out on the outside as well. Sinclair, I would be picking before any one of the ones below, except for Dacos because he's cheaper. He looks like he's severely under-owned as well, and I think he's just a massive talent. He's my top 2, and he was second last time I've done this video, and he is remaining second, so I'm guessing our first is still the same as well.
Oh yeah. Good old Tom Stewart. George, take it away.
We've got Tom Stewart. Tom Stewart, obviously with that huge friendly buy, we've got a sub-affected score last season, or else you're probably up there with the most expensive ones, being Sicily and Sinclair. I don't think anyone can really argue against Stewart not being the top defender or top 2 defenders this coming year. He's just the general. He's going to do some kick-outs there. They always try to get him free, which is what, a lot of the other teams can't say about their main defenders. They always try to get Tom Stewart free to take that best intercept mark, or that's when they boot it, and they always look to switch to him as the deepest. And when you're the deepest and they're switching to you, he always kicks forward, which is the big Supercoach points. We know
how good Tom Stewart is. I don't think anyone's going to be disagreeing with that, especially when he's in 44% of teams. So they want to get him for a reason. And with that sub-effective game, he could have easily been the number 1 average player in the defence from last year. He did come back and had a niggle, and they tagged him out one game, which I didn't think was... I'm just glad that there were a couple of games where they did tag him to the point he got a 70 and he got subbed off at a 30, which... To me, his average is 109, so...
Yeah, he could have been a lot more.
Easily a lot more. At least 4 or 5 points more to be on top, but that's our top 10, top 12.
Top 12, guys, and if you're new here, subscribe, because we've got the midfielders coming out, the forwards coming out, and the rucks coming out, and we have ordered all of them with a lot of stats. Matty, I don't mind your top 12.
Yeah, I don't mind yours either. I'm pretty upset that I just... forgot about Young. I think Young would definitely...
He's one of my sneaky smokies.
Yeah.
Don't touch him.
Sneaky smoky Young. I like him, but...
He's getting a lot of kickouts with Luke Ryan out. Even with Luke Ryan in the team. So there's one to watch, guys. Let me know if I missed anyone. Obviously, I had Houston, Redmond all drop out, and we've done more this time. But yeah.
There we go. We'll see you next one for the midfielders.
See you guys. Love you lots.